You ever had somebody come up and just knock on your door when you're in the middle of maybe eating dinner or in a meeting with somebody or just hanging with the family? How do you feel about that? Do you like being door knocked? See, most people don't like being door knocked. And in fact, most people that do the door knocking, well, most people don't like doing door knocking, so most people don't do it. But one thing we know is this. Of all the people asked, only 4% of people actually go out and door knock. Of all those people, 99% of them say they see business. So what we know, door knocking works. And I'm about to give you 5 tips on what to do for your door knocking. Just before we get started, thank you for visiting our YouTube channel once again. If you do like this video, go ahead and click like. Of course, click subscribe. Stay tuned to all the different videos that we have to help you get out there and build that mind share so that you get more market share. All right, when it comes to door knocking, here's 5 tips I'm going to give you right now. Tip number 1, dress professionally. Now, what does professionally mean? Does this mean we need to be in a 3-piece suit or a dress and a pair of high heels? Do we need to, really doll ourselves up to go out there? Or could it mean having a nice pair of jeans on and a really good pair of supportive running shoes and maybe a nice top or a nice sport coat? Look, dressing professionally really means a bunch of different things to a bunch of different people. The one thing I'll get you to think about is, well, who are the people that I'm going to talk to? If I go in a 3-piece suit, are these people who wear 3-piece suits? And will they look at me and think that I'm one of their people? Or might I show up in a 3-piece suit and these are like people who like to wear, and no prejudice here, but maybe a pair of jeans and a lumberjack, just different people. Nothing wrong with either style, but understanding that what professionally means to one person could be completely different to another. The one thing we do want to refrain from is maybe these, random raggedy t-shirts that might have all sorts of, pictures or things on there that may not be as professional. We definitely would like to have a good pair of shoes rather than a raggedy pair of shoes. So you want to look at perception is reality. And unfortunately, people judge a book by its cover. So why don't you try this? Get yourself dressed in your favorite, most comfortable outfit. And no, I'm not talking about your birthday suit. And I'm certainly not talking about a tracksuit. But I'm talking about something that makes you feel good, that makes you feel professional. Look yourself in the mirror. How do you feel you look? Then ask yourself, if that person in the mirror came to my door, would I think they look professional? And if your answer is yes, and you're comfortable with what you're wearing, hey, check, you're good to go. Tip 2, be prepared. Everything we do, we always have to be prepared. I tell you a lot of times, in a lot of the different videos we do, Monday starts on Sunday. You need to be living a Monday starts on Sunday lifestyle, truly understanding that preparation is the key to success. I mean, think about any pro athlete, any Olympic athlete. I'm going to use athletes for a moment here. Do they ever get into their sport without warming up? Do they ever start doing without actually getting their body ready? Never. They get the body warmed up, they fuel up with the right food and the right liquids, and then they're ready to go. Well, back to a business perspective, if we're going to go out and we're going to prospect, especially door knocking, be prepared. Know which neighborhood you want to go to. Know what you might be wearing. Know what you might be giving to people as value at that door, be it a conversation or even a handout. Know what your follow-up might be. Be ready to have the questions answered. So if they have a question about their neighborhood, they have a question about what it is you do, you've got answers for them. See, the more prepared you are to go out and door knock, the more prepared you are to even get rejected and maybe have people slam the door in your face, the easier it's going to be for you to have the success that you're looking for in that day. So preparation for anything is always integral if we want to have success. Prepare where you're going, prepare what you're saying, prepare what you're wearing, prepare the time that you're going to be doing and how long you're going to spend it, and to prepare to follow up, because we know that's how you're going to convert those opportunities. Tip number 3, very similar to the one we did with cold calling, be respectful. You've just come to my door. You don't know what you're interrupting me with. I might open the door pretty rude and pretty angry that you're there. And quite frankly, yeah, you might think I'm a little bit off base and I shouldn't be that rude. But you never know how people are going to react. So one thing we want to be sure of is that we are always being respectful. Respectful of their time, respectful of what it is they're saying to us, respectful of the fact that we're at their door on their property. In fact, I would tell you, if you're going door to door, when you knock on that door, take about 3, 4, or 5 steps back, maybe even step down off of their front stoop so they don't feel like you're going to barge in that door the minute they open it. Show respect. And if they are rude to you, give them a smile, thank them for the time, apologize for bothering them, and get out of there. Don't keep pushing for more time. Don't knock on the door again. Don't do anything bad at the door. Obviously, some of that goes without saying. One thing we got to keep in mind, though, is, again, we never want to burn a bridge. We never know who might call us up later on down the road. Tip number 5, be persistent. Now, just like tip number 4, we talk about respect, tip number 5, it's going to balance a fine line right there. See, one thing we got to make sure of is that we're not just coming once, but we're coming back again. And this person may not have converted into your database on the first time. You may not have some big, great relationship that you developed or any type of rapport just yet. But one thing that we do know is that when we go there and we go there once, I don't want to just be somebody that you've seen once. I don't want you to just look at me and go, yeah, this guy was just there today. I'm going to come back again. It may not be the next day or the next week. Maybe it's in 30 days from now, or maybe 60 days from now. But I come back by again. And in fact, I reference the first time I was there. I remind you that I came to your door. I remind you that you might have even slammed the door in my face in a nice way. But as I come back and I'm persistent about my efforts and I continue to show you that I'm going to show up, well, we know that consistency is the magic ingredient to achieving anything we want in life. So if I can be persistent with continuing to show up, and I can show you that even if it's a month later, 2 months later, a year later, 2 years later, I'm going to continue to be there. And in time, by being there, you know what else I'm going to get? Well, I'm going to earn the fact that you know who I am now. I'm going to earn the fact because I'm respectful and I've come back a few times and hopefully I'm going to get you to like me. And well, if I come back and you know who I am and you like me, well, chances are I've got a better chance that you're actually going to be able to trust me because I didn't just come once, but I just keep showing up. So now you got it in your mind that this is what I do for a living, that I actually know what's going on and I keep coming back. So maybe I'm somebody you could trust. And I'm going to develop that with you. Persistence is going to pay off. And finally, tip number 6 when we're doing door-to-door, be knowledgeable. If you get to that person who's going to ask you a question, be ready to answer it. So especially when you're in the neighborhood, if it's a service or a product that you provide, know everything you possibly can about that service or that product. Know how it will impact them. Know maybe what's, challenges they might come up with and be ready with some solutions. See, the more you have the answers, the more you can position yourself in my mind that, well, you know what's going on. And if you know what's going on, you got the answers for me and you seem knowledgeable, well, now you become trustworthy. And again, sales comes from trust. You can't buy trust. You need to earn it. So by having the knowledge that, well, you need and that I might want, now together, now we got the answers we need to move forward. So let's go back over those 6 tips, okay? Dress professionally. Be prepared. Follow up. Be respectful. Be personable. And be knowledgeable. Those are your 6 tips for how to go out and prospect door-to-door sales.